Hello, friends. Welcome to Friday Night Live Huhnkie 266.1. Happy Saturday afternoon. Yeah, let's do stretching, okay? Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, happy Saturday afternoon. Let's do stretching. Ah, yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, so earlier today, Saturday morning, I woke up, ate some vegetables like pre-washed, pre-chopped broccoli, baby carrots, cauliflower. I used to like dip in the mayonnaise. Nowadays I don't do that. I just eat them, okay? Because it's just too much work. I don't need mayonnaise. I just eat vegetable. It's kind of like salad. And then dental floss and then handle dental floss and then brush my teeth. And then I worked for about 1 hour in a raw algebra paper. Yeah, about 1 hour. Yeah. After that, yeah, I went to supermarket, bought uh 0% milk, eggs, 12 a dozen eggs, and some cigarettes. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. Ah, okay. Okay. Ah, yeah, just stretching. Okay. Oh. All right, now, let's do martial arts, okay? Yeah. Good afternoon. Yeah. We'll do back kick, okay? Ah, all right. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Woo. Good exercises. All right. Whew. Okay, welcome back. We are back. Yeah, so let's continue from last night's discussion, okay? Yeah, how do we do it? Okay. How do we do it? Okay. Okay. I mean, I appreciate Mr. Arthur Schopenhauer. Okay. Yeah, welcome. Good morning. We're talking about metaphysics of love. Okay, I appreciate Mr. German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. Uh, he explored the metaphysics of love. Okay, yeah. Hey, thank you for joining us. Okay, now just listen. Okay, so metaphysics of love. Okay, so it's philosophical inquiry of what love is. Okay, I did not read what he wrote there. Okay, but I heard about it. Okay, but yeah, I appreciate his philosophical inquiry, basically opening up the door. Yeah, let's talk about love philosophically. Sure. But yeah, I appreciate him, but I don't need his theory. I don't need to read it. Okay. Okay. So, my friend, my recommendation: you write a book. Okay, you're a good writer. Okay. Yeah. Now, so again, love is very broad concept. Okay, there's romantic love and non-romantic love. Okay, when it comes to romantic love, it's biology, evolution. That's what it is. Like plants, they reproduce. Okay, but they do not have any sensory organ. Plants do not feel pleasure or pain. They do not have neuron cell. That's more like animal level. Okay, but plants they reproduce anyway. Okay? Why? There's some evolutionary explanation for that. Why do uh, organisms reproduce? Why do not organisms just live forever? Actually, there are organisms that live forever. We are talking about bacteria. Okay, bacteria though is asexual reproduction mode. Is bacteria they have circular DNA. Okay, so when bacteria reproduce, it's asexual reproduction. So they just split in half. It's called binary fission in biology, bacteriology. Okay, microbiology. Okay, yeah. So, uh, but in bacterial cells, circular DNA, are there some mutations? Sometimes, yeah. Okay. Uh, but that happens, random mutation, yeah, sure. Okay. DNA level, circular DNA, bacteria, also virus. Virus is simpler than bacteria, okay? Virus is typically linear RNA, okay? And bacteria, how do they reproduce? I mean, how virus reproduce? It's not binary fission. Okay, so like there's this category of virus called bacteriophage in biology. Okay, what is bacteriophage? Is virus smaller than bacteria. Okay, so uh, virus simple is a piece of RNA or DNA, linear, and protein coding. That's what virus typically is. Okay. Yeah. So bacteriophage is a bacteria eating virus, but virus smaller than bacteria. Okay. And what it does is it's like a human-made spaceship landing on the satellite moon in the space. Okay. So the virus, if you look at the microbiology textbook, they kind of like the moon mission spaceship. Okay, so they land on the surface of bacteria, bacterium rather, singular. Okay, in Greek language, and but this virus inject its DNA or RNA. Okay, inside of bacteria, and then this viral RNA or DNA inside of bacterial cell, it start to gather amino acids and synthesize viral protein. Okay, and then inside of bacteria, it forms multiple viruses, and then they break out of this bacterial cell. So that's how virus reproduce. It's asexual reproduction. Virus level, bacterial level is binary fission. This is split in half. Okay, asexual reproduction. They multiply, and when they multiply, okay, in virus level, yeah, there are some mutation. That's why it's difficult to have vaccine for viral diseases like common cold because viral DNA or RNA is very simple. They tend to mutate, evolve very fast, and so are bacteria. Okay, yeah. But bacterial mutation evolution slower than viral. Okay, so that's why viral diseases are difficult to vaccinate as opposed to or cure as opposed to bacterial diseases. Okay, yeah. So some biology there. Yeah. 5 minutes break, vocal rest. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. Now we're talking about science. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah. Let me start cooking my lunch. Okay. Okay, welcome back. We are back. Okay. All right. So we talked about the viral and bacterial reproduction, asexual reproduction. Okay. Some mutation there, evolution. Okay. But why do they multiply though? So okay, now forever, eternal life. Okay. We are talking about science though. Okay. We are not talking about religion. Okay. So that later. All right. So okay. Now bacteria, they live forever. They do not age. They have circular DNA, so they don't have not have the telomere shortening problem like in a multicellular organism. Okay, they have linear DNA. Okay. Welcome. Good afternoon. Yeah, we're talking about science. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, mighty profit leaders. Yeah, martial arts, education, career development. Thank you. Yep. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Welcome. Okay. Okay. So, uh, the evolutionary explanation, evolutionary origin of bacteria or virus asexual reproduction, basically just multiplication. Okay, it's why do they do it? We can because we can hypothesize, imagine an alternative universe where okay, there's virus, there's bacteria. Why don't they just live forever alone? They do not have a sensory organism, okay? They don't have neurons, so they do not sense anything. Virus, bacteria, okay? They're like biological machinery. They do not have feelings. They do not feel the pain, pleasure. No. It's more primitive and simpler than even plants. Plants, they are multicellular organisms, okay? I mean, in Bible, Book of Genesis, the creator, Mr. God, ordered to all these organisms, yeah, multiply, fill the planet Earth. Okay? But in science, science is different from religion. Okay, scientific approach is different from religion. Okay, in science, it's about objectivity. Okay, so the scientific truth. Okay, uh, scientists they do not just explain it away. Oh, it's because God. That's what God wants. That's religion, which is fine. It's diversity. Okay, but in science, it's not like that. We go deeper inquiry. We want to, as scientists, want to understand why, and we want to come up with some logical, objective explanation. That's scientific attitude. Okay, it's different from religion. Okay, yeah. So, are there some evolutionary advantages when it comes to asexual reproduction? Okay, yeah, and there is. Okay, yeah. If you want to think about it, okay, what are some evolutionary advantage of reproductive, asexually reproductive virus or bacteria versus non-reproductive virus and bacteria? Okay, yeah, and then yeah, if you want to think about it, okay, yeah, and then we compare our answers. after 5 minutes break, vocal rest. Okay, thank you. Welcome to human school. Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, we talked about science. Nice, nice. Yeah. It can be fun. Okay, science. Yes, yes. So here's my lunch before it's cooked. Yeah, some catfish and the frozen catfish and frozen peppers and onions. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna microwave it for like 17 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Okay. Welcome back. We're back. All right. So the good name. Okay. Yeah. So two alternative universe. Well, actually, one planet Earth, one universe, hypothetically, bacteria A, asexual reproduction mode. Okay, bacteria B does not reproduce. Okay, now is there some evolutionary advantage of bacteria A who does asexual reproduction like binary fission? Okay, as opposed to bacteria B that does not reproduce at all. Okay, that's the question. Okay, and does bacteria A have some evolutionary advantage? Yeah, of course. Why? Accidents happen. Maybe some volcanic eruption, earthquake. So both bacteria A, let's say bacteria A, bacteria B, they do pass away from some natural disaster like volcanic eruption, lava. Actually, I had this dream last night. I went to a cave, and they say in the dream, "Oh, this cave is fireman's cave." Okay, firefighters cave. Okay, and I did look it up in the internet. Okay, what does that mean? Firefighters cave. It's like more like a museum for firefighters. Okay, both for males and females. Okay, but in the dream they say that, oh, this is fireman's cave, and this is lava, volcanic lava. So I did try to take photo in my cell phone of this lava magma, but my cell phone was like zooming in, zooming out. It was malfunctioning. Okay, I remember that dream. That was only this morning. Yeah, interesting. Inspirational a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so volcanic eruption, earthquake, or rock falls on top of bacteria, bacteria A, bacteria B, in lava. Because bacteria they move very slowly. Okay, so like magma, lava is flowing on top of this bacteria A, bacteria B, but so they both pass away. Okay, so maybe they go to bacterial heaven, afterlife. Okay, sure. And then but unlike bacteria B, bacteria A multiplied asexual binary fission reproduction mode. Okay. So although the original bacteria A passed away, there are bacteria A1, A2, A3 that survived the natural disaster. But bacteria B, because it does not know how to reproduce, uh, it becomes extinction. Okay. Yeah. So that's evolutionary explanation about evolutionary advantage of reproducing species. It has more chance of survival to in the future, later in time. Okay, but that's asexual reproduction. So no, now we solve that problem. Now next level problem, sexual reproduction. Okay, both in plants and also animals. Now let's talk about plants. Flowers, pollens. Those are sexual organs of plants. Okay, and plants do not feel pain or pleasure. Plants do not have neurons. They do not have brain. They do not have sensory organs. So that plants, they are higher organisms than virus or bacteria, but because they do sexual reproduction, pollens and seed, the plant's egg, the flower, yeah, it is sexual reproduction. Okay, some plants have like male plants or female plants. Some plants are like that. Okay, uh, okay, yeah, pollination. That's sexual reproduction. Okay, yeah, like male part and female part. Some plants have that. Okay. This is science. Okay. Yeah. So let's take 5 minutes break for rest. Okay. Now time check. I'm getting tipsy too. Okay. But I'm drinking whiskey. Okay. So time check. Uh, it's been like more than 30 minutes. Okay. All right. 5 minutes break. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Now let me drink something light. Okay. So because I do not want to get drunk yet. Okay. Yeah. Let me have some sake. Instead of whiskey. Okay. Yeah. Light drink. We are a lot to cover here. Okay. So nice. Okay. So when it comes to sexual reproduction in plants, it's like this. Okay. The germline cell. Male part is pollen. Okay. Female part flower. Okay. The flowers egg. What's it called? I don't remember. Okay. So So when this plant germline cell, when they form, they go through this cellular division, okay? And when they do that, they do some DNA shuffling, okay? Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, we talk about uh, biology, okay? Botany, biology of plants, okay? So animal cell same way, okay? So germline cell production, okay? Yeah. Uh, it's been a long time since I studied biology, so I do not remember the terminology there, okay? Yeah, so there's some DNA shuffling there, okay? Yeah. And then within the same species of plants, let's say rose, okay? Yeah, sure, okay? In Alaska, we have wild rose in Alaska, okay? And they are edible, okay? Yeah. Roseberry, rose, it's called rose hips, okay? Yeah, let me have some. It's been a while. Uh, where's my rose hips vodka? Ay, such a long time. There it is, okay? It's Alaskan rose hips, okay? Roseberry. Smells good. Just put vodka in there. So, within the same species, Alaskan wild rose, okay? Cheers. There's some individuality, genetic difference. They're the same species. Like human beings, we have black people, white people, brown people, Asians, natives, okay? The same Homo sapiens species, but we have subspecies, different ethnicity, races, okay? In plants and other species of animals, they're like that too. There's some local variation in genetic level, DNA level, okay? So, but within one race in human beings, Asians, Far East Asia, yeah, the Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, although we look very similar, okay? But we have different languages, okay? Yeah. But yeah, subspecies, okay? So it's like that, okay? It's a local variation, diversity, okay? So in Alaska wild rose, yeah, the same species, but two individual rose plants in Alaska, their DNA is not exactly the same. They're not twins. So when Alaskan wild rose reproduce, is a sexual reproduction, okay? Okay, so the male part pollen and female part plant egg, uh, you know, let me look up in the internet, okay? It's, it's what is plant egg called? Ovule. Okay. Lower part of a flower, okay, it's called ovule. Okay, okay. Lower part of a plant, okay, it later become the fruit, okay, yeah, ovule, and then pollen, it's like egg and sperm, okay, in animals. So yeah, the pollinator like honeybees or butterflies or sometimes birds. Yeah, some other plants. Oh, 안녕. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your interest in Korean language. Yeah, hello. Yeah, welcome. Okay. We are talking about botany, the biology of plants. Okay. Yeah. Science. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. So, sexual reproduction of plants. Okay. Within same species, or some local variation. Okay. And some pollen from another rose with a mediation of some honeybee, it could be bumblebee or bird or squirrel. I don't think so. Mosquitoes, I don't think so. Maybe some gadfly, okay, and butterfly for sure, okay. Yeah, butterfly, yeah, honey nectar from one flower. Flower is like it both have this ovule and also what the pistil or something like that, the pollens. Okay, so from one plant, wild rose in Alaska, to another plant, same species, and then yeah, this sperm from another flower meeting ovule to from another flower. Okay, so it's not incestuous because it's two different plants, uh, and then they pollen and ovule from two different individuals within same species. They meet and then they form this roseberry that's known as rose hips in Alaska. Okay, yeah, fruit. And so when this pollen and ovule meet, is they contain like half the DNA, like egg and sperm in animals. Okay, and because of local variation within the same species, there's more diversity that comes from sexual reproduction. So then, is there some evolutionary advantage of sexual reproduction? Yeah. What is it? If you want to think about it. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Vocal rest. Okay. Thank you. We go to humorous. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Lions. Nice. Okay, so now let's get back to microbiology, okay? Like virology, bacteriology, microorganisms, okay? Their genetic variation is due to solely due to mutation. Okay. But those are asexual reproductive mode, okay? The genetic variation solely depending upon random mutation. Okay. RNA, DNA level, okay? But in sexual reproduction mode in plants and also animals, is they do have some mutations, yes, but it's more than that. It's more diversity, okay? But bacterial, viral level, we solve that problem. Why do they multiply? Is because more individuals than as a species or virus, bacteria, more chance of survival from natural disaster, okay? Yeah, just show numbers. Okay. And then although they live forever. Bacteria virus, they do not age. They live forever. Unless there's some natural disasters. Okay. Yeah, welcome. Good afternoon. We're talking about science, okay? Yeah. So, but when it comes to sexual reproduction in plants or animals, yeah, they do have some mutation and they do multiply, but on top of that, there's some added diversity because two different individuals come together and make a progeny. That's sexual reproduction. Okay, so there's more, genetic level, sperm and egg or pollen and ovule in plants come together. There's even more like genetic shuffling, and that result in even more diversity. So then, why is diversity important? What's the evolutionary advantage of diversity? It's because one example is climate change. We're not talking about ideology. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about history of the planet Earth or the universe, physical universe. Okay, climate always changes. Okay, it's just the way it is. So like seasonal change. Okay, yeah. And that's just one. Environmental change, whatever. It could be climatal change or natural disaster, whatever. Okay, so the history of planet Earth is what? How many years? Maybe a couple of billion years. Okay, yeah, something like that. And climate has always changed. Okay, yeah. Right? So if one species, wild Alaskan wild rose, because of thanks to sexual reproduction and also mutation too. Okay, sometimes. So it has great diversity within the same species. You have different kinds of DNAs within the same species. Okay, so some wild rose in Alaska are very resistant to cold weather in Alaska. Some other variation of Alaskan wild rose species, same species, some other individuals, maybe maybe they are okay with drought, dry season. In Alaska, we do not have that. It rains a lot in Alaska. Winter, snow a lot, okay? But hypothetically, climate change, planet Earth warming up again, because Alaska used to be a very warm place. Alaska used to have dinosaurs about 66 million years ago, okay? Yeah, we have fossil record of that in Alaska. We used to have dinosaur, okay? Okay? But if planet Earth warms up again, yeah, maybe some another variation of Alaska wild rose okay with hot weather. Okay? So that's evolution, and then they survive climate change, okay? Yeah, so that's the evolutionary advantage of this diversity. Yeah, from mutation, or from sexual reproduction or whatever. Okay. In addition to just multiplication by the numbers. Okay. So yeah, some genetic diversity. Yeah, some Alaska wild rose not okay with hot weather, but another individual within same species, they're okay with hot weather. Okay, so genetic diversity. Okay, it does have evolutionary advantage. Okay, good. So we solve second problem. Okay, evolutionary advantage of sexual reproduction. Okay, good. Now 5 minutes break. Okay, yeah, and time check. It's a lot, right? Yeah, it's more about 1 hour. Let's ventilate. Okay. Yeah. All right. 5 minutes. Yep. All right. Okay, welcome back, welcome back. I'm running some laundry. Uh, yes, weekend, so weekend chores, housework. Okay, so now, now let's go to the next level, metaphysical level. Okay, so we covered the scientific part, physical science like biology. Okay, so now let's go to metaphysical, philosophical, religious level. Okay, yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Now let's begin with politics, political science. Okay, yeah, yeah. Communism. Okay, yeah, it's like kind of materialistic reductionism. Okay, yeah. Like Mr. Karl Marx, he's not the first one to come up with communism. It existed before he popularized it. Okay, in England, United Kingdom, Britain. Okay, so yeah, the back in like 1800s AD, about 200 years ago in Europe, okay, there's some labor exploitation by capitalists upon laborers in factories after industrial revolution with this steam engine, motor, okay, yeah, but it's not slavery. There are Caucasians in Europe, okay, but more educated people, the capitalists, bourgeoisie, okay, exploiting labor of less so educated people, factory workers. Basically, they're underpaid employees of some factories. Okay, 1800s AD in Europe, and some people said thought that's not fair. Underpaid factory workers, this labor exploitation, but it's not slavery because they're all Caucasian people in Europe, okay? But it's kind of like similar to slavery, okay? Yeah, it's underpayment of labor workers. It happened in Europe. Some people felt sorry about it, compassionate about it, and sympathetic about it. And one of them is Karl Marx. He's not originator of communism. No, he's a popularizer of existing communism. It's based on sympathy. They want factory workers to have some fair wage because they are underpaid. So it's based on human sympathy, compassion, because they care about other people. They feel sorry. Okay? It's about ethics, morality, equality. It has some metaphysical dimension to it. Communism. I appreciate it. I do. Okay. But Marxism, it does feature materialistic reductionism. Okay, what is it? Uh, that's one of the biggest errors Mr. Karl Marx made. Okay, and we talked about this much. Okay, in human school. Okay, so Mr. Karl Marx, he had this vision of utopia, heaven on earth, paradise, where everybody's happy. If everybody makes same money, no bourgeoisie, capitalist, no low-wage worker, factory worker who can barely pay the rent, who can barely buy bread to eat, struggling working class. Okay, but Mr. Karl Marx came up with this idea of communism. If everybody make equal money, if we equalize money salary level, then everybody will be happy. That's what he thought. Now, my question is, what do you think about that theory by Mr. Karl Marx? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? If you agree or disagree, why? So welcome to humanology school, okay? Because we want to be interactive, okay? 5 minutes break for rest, okay? Thank you. We're having fun now with philosophy, political ideology, sure, of communism, Marxism. Sure, yeah, we can talk about it, okay? 5 minutes break, thank you. All right, good. All right, so now let's talk about materialistic reductionism in communism. What is it? It's materialism, okay? So, and reductionism, what is it? Reducing all this human phenomenon in reducing it to molecular level, like atoms, molecules, physical level. That's reductionism. Okay, materialism and reductionism is go hand in hand together. Okay, like so even in science too. Okay, or communism, political ideology. Okay, yeah, it's about food. When we have food, we are happy. So it's not about some high ideal like divinity. No, it's material. It's about money. It's about food. That's it. So reducing all this world phenomena to materials. It's about molecules, food, money. That's it. It's that simple. So that's materialistic reductionism, okay? In communism. Or in science too. Yeah, everything is a random chance. Evolution is just numbers. molecules, atoms. There's no divinity. No, it's just materials. Okay. So that's their theory. And I voice my objection. Okay, because uh some animals, not all, okay? Welcome. Look, be happy, okay? Yeah, rename your social media name. Be happy, okay? Yeah. Now, some animals, there are different kinds of animals in the world. Let's say we go to a zoo. In Alaska, we have a couple of zoos. Okay, yeah, they're nice. Okay, I've been there. Yeah. And in a zoo, they're captive animals. Okay, some of them are happy. Some others, kind of bored in a zoo in captivity. Okay, although they are very well fed, and we have in the zoo, they have veterinarians, the animal doctors. Okay, they're very well taken care of. And the captive animals in the zoo, they tend to live longer than out there in the wild. Because they're well fed, there are no predators. And when they get sick, animals in the zoo, oh yeah, the veterinarians, the animal doctors take care of them. So they tend to live longer in the zoo, in captivity, as opposed to wild wilderness. Okay? Temperature control, water, food, protection from predators, okay, in the zoo. Yeah. So they tend to live longer actually, okay, in the zoo. Right? Yeah. But some animals with higher intelligence in the zoo, they get bored. Okay. Yeah, they live longer, but it's like a bird in a golden cage. Okay. They have all the food, water, doctors that they need, protection from predators. But some higher animals with intelligence, like bears, they're not quite satisfied in the zoo. Okay. So Mr. Karl Marx, if I have time machine, my recommendation to that Mr. Karl Marx would have been, yeah, hey, why don't you pay a visit to a zoo? He was in the United Kingdom, right? Yeah, they have zoos. Why don't you pay a visit to an animal zoo and observe these animals in the zoo, wild animals captivated in a zoo. I mean, all of them are happy just because they have bread to eat. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, my profit leaders. Yeah, martial arts can call it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, welcome. Good afternoon. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Yeah. Now let's take 5 minutes break. Vocal rest. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Time check now. We have more than 30 minutes left. Okay. Good. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, my profit leaders. Yep. Hmm. Okay, welcome back. Yeah, so let's do some acting, okay? Yeah, sure. Let's invite Mr. Karl Marx from Philosopher's Heaven. Okay, sure. Let's do that. Action. Hey, Mr. Karl Marx. Yeah, how have you been? Thank you for joining us in the Humanized Show, Humanized School. Yeah. So, how's the weather up there, Mr. Karl Marx? Huh? So, Mr. Karl Marx, yeah, the materialistic reductionism, like political ideology in economics and also philosophy. Okay, and but so you're quite atheistic. I appreciate atheism, but you think that like human beings, if we have food to eat, do you think my impression is that you thought that we'll be just happy as long as we have enough food to eat. But I disagree with you, Mr. Karl Marx, okay? Respectfully. Oh, Huhnkie, okay, so what else do you need other than water and food and shelter? Yeah, you need alcohol and you need cigarette, right? Is Mr. Karl Marx, well, I'm not talking about my personal way of having fun. I'm not talking about that. Okay, so Mr. Karl Marx, uh, I'm saying for happiness, for human being, at least, okay, we need more than food and water and shelter. We need more than that to be happy. Okay, so Mr. Huhnkie, the humanologist, you need alcohol, cigarette, and then you're happy, camper. Again, Mr. Karl Marx, no personal attack, no, please. Okay, we are not talking about Hunkili's source of happiness. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the humanity. Some people do not drink alcohol. Some people do not smoke cigarette. Well, I'm adult. I'm 47. Okay, so we are not talking about Hunkily. We are not talking about one particular individual, Mr. Karl Marx. So please. Okay, Mr. Hong's humanology principle. Okay, what else does a human being need to be happy other than water, food, shelter? What is it that human beings need to be happy? Okay, Mr. Kamar, to answer your question, it will be like, how about some creativity? Yeah, Mr. Kamar, also you're kind of atheistic, but you care about other people. That's why you popularized communism that existed before you did, before you popularized it. Okay, so yeah, you care about other people, underwage, underpaid factory workers. I appreciate that. Compassion, that's ethics. That's actually quite religious. Morality, human compassion, sympathy. I appreciate that part, okay? Okay, Mr. Honks, yeah, just what else does a human being need to be happy other than water, food, shelter? Uh, Mr. Karl Marx, yeah, yeah, but so I guess some people may say that you're creative when you wrote those books about capitalism. your criticism, okay, yeah, about capitalism. Maybe some people thought that you are creative. Back in the days, Mr. Karl Marx, in 1800s AD, about 150 years ago, you ate food when you're on planet Earth, but you also read books and you came up with your own theory, although it was very faulty, defective, in my opinion, if I may. Okay, respectfully, okay. There are good and bad in your theories of communism, your version of communism, okay. Good and bad, okay, but I'm sure you're very happy when you wrote that book in your friend's house because Mr. Karl Marx, you did not have a job, did you? Living off of your friends, Mr. Engels' parents' money, right? And but I'm sure you're very happy back in 1800s, mid 1800s, I guess. Pencil and paper, I guess. No computer. Maybe typewriter, I don't know. But I'm sure when you wrote your theory, I'm sure you think that you are creative, your own theory, your own version of pre-existing communism. Right? Yeah, you read books, you edited your own stuff, you wrote it with your hand, maybe left-handed, right-handed, I don't know. Right? Well, you wrote it. I'm sure you're very happy when you wrote that book. Later became published and popularized. So, Mr. Karl Marx, I'm sure you're happy when you ate your food, when you're hungry. But on top of that, I'm sure at some point in your life, Mr. Karl Marx, I'm sure you enjoyed reading some books written by other people, learning from other people, okay? And I'm sure, Mr. Karl Marx, when you wrote your own book, I'm sure you're very happy about it. Okay? So, Mr. Karl Marx, your happiness may come from food, yeah, water, when you're thirsty, hungry. But on top of that, when you read books in a library or bookstore, I'm sure at some point you're happy about it, learning from other people. And also, I'm sure that when you wrote your own book, Mr. Karl Marx, some creativity there and publish it to teach other people about your theories. I'm sure you're very happy about that too. Okay. So, Mr. Karl Marx, yeah, your contradiction, okay. In your book, you say everybody, if human beings have bread, food, then equal payment, then equal money, then they'll be happy, right? But in your own life, Mr. Karl Marx, it was not that simple, was it? Mr. Karl Marx, you're not satisfied with living off of your friends, parents' inheritance money, food, water, shelter. You're not satisfied. That's why you wrote that book, Capitalism, The Capital, Das Capital, maybe in German language. But because you're not satisfied with just food and water and shelter, right? You wanted to do something more because you are bored. You want to read books in the library, bookstore. And on top of that, you want to write your own book, some creativity, your own juice, your own creativity, right? So just water, food, shelter, that was not enough for your happiness. You're bored. So you came up with your own theory, and that made you very happy, right? Mr. Karl Marx? Okay, Hunkily. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whatever. Okay, just but okay, Hunks. Yeah, just stop drinking alcohol. Stop smoking cigarette. Okay. Mr. Kamarks, you're not answering my question. Okay, Hunks. Yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, just why don't you take 5 minutes break? Okay, vocal rest. You're 47. Now you're not 47 anymore. You're 48. Why don't you take 5 minutes break? Okay. Okay, Mr. Kamarks. Yeah. Thank you for the conversation with us. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. All right, sync call. Okay, 5 minutes break. Vocal rest. Okay. We're going to human show. Time check now. Yeah, it's nice, huh? 5 minutes break. Thank you. Yeah. We got like 10 minutes left. 30 minutes left. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Vocal rest. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so look, I'm kind of drunk and I'm not too hungry, but I need to eat some food. Okay, so let's wrap it up for this episode. Okay, yeah, we in human school we appreciate science and we appreciate religions too. Okay, so yeah, okay, yeah, it's diversity balancing act. Okay, science and religion. Okay, yeah, so, okay, yeah. Uh, so Dugan school. Okay, and martial arts education, culture development, exercise and diet. You know the drill, okay? In human school, the human school prayer, right? Yeah, martial art education, culture development. Okay, so be ambitious, be nice to people. Yeah, and we'll talk some more about other stuff later. But now I'm kind of drunk, okay, and I control my drinking, okay. I'm at home alone, but I still control my drinking, okay. I do not want to get too drunk, okay. So Yeah, for health. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I see you next time. Okay. Yeah. What I'm gonna do next? Yeah, I go to YouTube and watch some music videos and maybe sing along. Okay. Again, in human school, we appreciate science and religions, all different kinds of sciences and religions, but only good kind, peaceful, loving, understanding, tolerance, just being nice to people, animals, plants, objects. Yeah, we want to be gentle. Martial arts, yeah, it's just punching and kicking in the air. They don't mind air molecules, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. They do not mind being kicked and punched because they are fluid, air molecules. Okay, they dodge. Okay, like that, like that. Okay, they go away. Okay. All right. Yeah. So martial arts. Okay. Also learn dancing too. Okay. Yeah, exercise. Be physical. Exercise. Okay. I see you next time. Okay. Thank you. My professional. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to human school. Wait. Okay. I'll see you next time too. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.